Hello everyone, welcome to Ask Us. My name's Aldwyn and this is my wife Joy.
Hi everyone!
We have been married for the past 15 years, going on 16 years.
Yes!
I hope you enjoyed our series entitled Life Together. And we were just thinking that there could be a good supplement to that series.
Yeah.
Kasi we talked about the theological side, we talked about the Bible, and a lot of questions arose from that series. Kaya naman, I believe that this is an opportunity to answer those practical questions. Ito yung application nung nakaraang series natin. So, remember those times that we were also asking similar questions that we're about to read?
Bagong kasal kami.
And thank goodness for spiritual family, for church community who answered those foolish questions we thought at that point, pero napaka-importante po.
That's true.
Because we are called to walk together in church.
This is just a way for us to help in whatever way we can and also be of service.
Yes.
Yung practical way of how we do life together.
Alright,
Yeah.
so let's get to it. First question. Paano ba ma-encourage si Habi na ibalik yung attitude niya dati nung nangliligaw pa lang siya? Yung service mode at may pa-flowers pa.
May hugot si ate.
May hugot si ate.
Or, tanong ko ba yan? Ako ba nagtanong niya? Hindi. In any relationship, both parties grow.
That's good.
And pag mag-asawa, di ba, syempre, you get more comfortable with each other and you get so comfortable na hindi mo na namamalaya na, parang hindi na tayo nagliligawan, ganon.
It's not entirely on the wife or it's not also entirely on the husband.
Yes,
This is a good place for conversation to happen.
Yes.
Maybe the openness na kayong dalawa mag-usap.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, on how that you could tread through the waters. Tandaan niyo po, magkakampi po kayo dito.
On the same team.
Yes, and if you're on the same team, you'll do strategies on maaaring there's changes that happen but not necessarily detrimental changes. Nagbago lang yung face ng buhay nyo. Yung paglalambing dati, manunood lang kayo ng sine. Baka iba na yung expression ng paglalambing ngayon kasi sarado man ang sinehan. Alright? So, that's where...
So, movie night na lang at the house.
The more conversations you have with each other, I believe na mariresolve yan. So, what is the biblical point of view for newlyweds who need to separate first for employment reasons? Example, a husband who needs to go abroad as a nurse or vice versa.
It's a sad situation, no? Kasi it's the reality of life.
Yes.
We have to work, of course, for our kids, for the future of our family. I believe that when it is a necessity, right? Then you have to go to work. But the bottom line is, dapat may plano on how and when you will
Diyan papasok yung practicality side.
Yung how you will unite in the future, right? Na hindi yan long term, hindi yung...
It's not going to be a norm. It's more of the exception rather than the rule.
Yes. Yeah, and it's not going to last for a very long time. If there is a choice not to separate, I advise na huwag kayong maghiwalay, right? Pero if it's because of work and because
it's really needed.
Kailangan talaga, then plan out. Again, conversation and planning out is very, very crucial.
And then if you do decide naman to stay together without the other opportunities that would present itself, remember that we serve a God that knows our needs as well. So we should always decide based on faith and not fear. On to the next.
Next question. Sino po ba dapat naghahawak ng budget?
Napakagandang tanong. Sino naghahawak ng budget?
Yes. I think initially, I handled our finances in the beginning, right? Kasi parang, yun ang advice sa amin, dapat babae.
Yeah.
Right? That was an advice to us. But through the years, we've learned and we figured out na kung sino yung magaling actually sa math. And it depends on the situation then.
Hindi naman sa math. Yung magaling lang humawak ng pera. Kasi baka algebra na...
Kasi hindi ako magaling sa math.
Calculus yung mga pag-usapan natin.
Gumaling ako sa math kasi ako yung naghawak ng budget.
I think the crucial thing to remember there is that yung pag-handle ng finances, ang foundation po niyan yung trust. Yung trust nyo for each other. Kasi we have a similar question here. Nagtatanong naman, dapat ba alam nung asawa mo yung pin number
ng
mo.
ATM.
Oo.
Alam
So,
mo ba yung ATM?
Yes, alam ko naman. Pero hindi ko pa naman nagamit, no?
Yes.
So,
the easy answer to that is yes. So the question is, dapat po ba alam ng asawa mo yung password ng ATM card
Yes.
mo? So ako, the easy answer is yes. Not just for emergency reasons, but of course, trust and
you'll never know when you need it.
you never know. Emergency situation.
It's very important for us to have transparency, especially in finances, because that's one of the major areas where couples fight. So, isipin nyo kung walang trust factor dun sa area na yun. Ayun, another related tanong dyan is, paano ba yung bank accounts? Kami, we have a joint bank account.
And we have our separate one.
We have our separate one for different reasons why we do it. But at any time, we show each other our bank accounts. We just kept it for different reasons. Pero ang goal doon, wala namang hard rule dun sa who is going to handle the finances.
Yeah.
But operate in the foundation of trust dun sa pag money matters na yung pinag-uusapan. Is it biblical to use contraceptives in marriage? Okay, I'd like to answer that. When you see, there's no firm stand of the Bible in the area of contraceptives.
I believe,
That's my belief na wala talagang firm stand. And in areas where walang firm stand yung Bible, remember that God gave us wisdom.
Yeah.
And all the character of God applies. Remember that He holds the sanctity of marriage sacred, right? There's sacredness to marriage. There's sanctity of life, di ba?
Yes.
So, hindi nagbabago yon in areas that you have to apply wisdom.
I like what you said though, that kung ano yung, when you do decide to use contraceptives, consult your doctor.
Yes.
Kasi you don't want to take anything that will be harmful to you, or to your husband or your future babies.
Yeah.
Right?
But again, these things is a conversation between
I think it's always a conversation between you and your husband. So that whatever you agreed on,
There's
that
an
is
agreement,
what
yeah.
you are going to pursue.
Another question. Next question. Is it okay for a person to marry again if they were annulled? Now, we're going to tread carefully on answering this question.
Like walking on glass.
Yes. So we don't want to make a blanket statement on this because we know that each situation is different.
Yeah.
It's different. And because these are anonymous questions, hindi natin talaga kakilala yung yung sitwasyon na to. So we don't want to make a decision, an answer that you would base your decision out from. We want to move in wisdom on this. So the quick answer to this, legally you are allowed to get married.
By law, that's right.
By law. But again, we don't know the situation covering all of these things. So if you did ask this question, please reach out to us and we could help you out. We have lawyers in church. We have a judge in church. We could tread on this matter carefully.
Yes.
And hopefully this would also give you the wisdom that you need to move forward.
That's right. But if there is any more confirmation biblically and theologically that you need, yes, please
call us.
Yeah.
Okay. We're always open to answer those questions. Will the church support the annulment of an abusive marriage?
Yeah, can I just say that that's a sad question. It's a reality, of course.
I'm sorry you're going through this. I guess any type, no? Yung annulment,
Abuse.
legal separation, abuse, yung if there's a possibility for marriage to yung mag cease to exist or anything like that, that's a sad
anything
state.
That will break the marriage is it's heartbreaking. Yeah.
So again, we don't know yung sitwasyon why you ask this, but in any abusive marriage, as a church, we don't condone
it.
We don't condone that. In verbal abuse, physical abuse, in any abuse, please do reach out to us. We could help you there. We could, if you are willing to sit down with someone and talk through these things, then we are willing to do that.
Yes.
So I guess I want to leave it at that muna. How can you apply leave and cleave when you have a parent to take care of. That's a very realistic situation for a lot of couples.
Yeah.
Especially tayong mga Pinoy kasi we're very close to our parents.
Yes, yung family ties natin very strong. And in many situations, this is the case. Now, our parents, when they get older, they need to be taken care of. And yeah, like you said, Filipinos, we love our parents and we don't want them to be separated from us. And I believe that how you live and cleave with your family outside, and you have to take care of the parents, is okay lang na magkasama kayo sa bahay.
Living and cleaving is not always physical. Hindi yung physical separation. Not all the time, right? The idea is that you are your own you're your own person. You have your own family. You are making the decisions, husband and wife, right?
Yeah. I think when this is the situation, you still have the capacity to decide on your own for your family without the opinions, opinions are okay.
You get advices. Yes.
Yeah, pero it doesn't affect how you run your family. Yes.
That's the whole idea of living and cleaving. That you are your own family. You
can stand on your own without...
You make decisions. Yes, you consider the entire wisdom. Like, we still get advices from our parents.
Yeah.
Oh, we're down to our last question.
Wow.
Pero ito, may hugot pa rin.
Thank you for staying this long with us.
Sige, if you have additional questions, write it down in the comment section and we'll make sure that we'll get back to you on that. Sige, last question.
How to handle or respond sa situation na hindi boto ang church ng partner ko sa akin as potential partner just because 3 years pa lang akong Christian.
Meron palang rank yan.
Oo. Baka kailangan 5 years ka ng Christian. Hindi, joke lang. Joke lang.
But in general, God looks at us with grace. If you are a 10-year Christian, 5-year Christian, or you just got saved yesterday, in the eyes of God, we're saved by grace through faith.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know entirely the reason why hindi sila boto sa'yo. But maybe you could clarify that with them.
Because 3 years pa lang siyang Christian.
So, you may want to push back on that, talk to your partner about it. I don't mean by, ano kaya yung partner? Boyfriend niya siguro yan?
Or maybe fiancé, kasi potential.
Yeah. So, you may want to talk to your fiancé about that and sort it through with the church kasi syempre importante rin yung church community niya sa kanya.
Yeah.
However, in that final decision making, you guys have to move with absolute wisdom and,
of course,
the Bible doesn't speak of dapat ang pakasalan mo veteran Christian na.
I think how to respond or how to handle the situation is still grace and love. I know it's painful for someone who for a congregation to reject you.
In short, wag kang magagalit. Don't move in
anger.
Yeah,
and bitterness. Of course, your potential partner, you love that person, right? And you still want to remain and to still be in peace kung ano yung situation. So, how to handle this in love? I like what you said, na maybe you just need to consult with the church and ask what is it that you can do so that, or maybe build relationship with them and then eventually they'll see na, ay, mabait pala tong
Yan yung another angle. Maybe they don't know you the way that your fiancé knows you. So maybe this is an opportunity to build relationship with them. Okay naman pala. So I hope that answers your question. Right? So yun yung last question natin. I know there are many more who send the questions, but that's all the time that we have. Any parting shot for the people who are watching us?
Hopefully, what you will take home from this is that God is gracious, that God is love, and in every situation that you are in, He can make a way out of it. I mean, if it's a problematic situation, He will make a way out of it.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage all the newly married, dun sa mga married for 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, I'm sure you'll agree with me that marriage is exciting. It's not always going to be the way we imagine it to be, but here's what I assure you, it is always going to be what God intended it to be.
That's right. Yeah.
So keep on moving on with faith. Keep on praying, and hopefully we helped you out in our little time together. But please, if you have more questions, reach out to us. We would be glad to answer more questions that you have about God.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. God bless.